Hello everyone, it's Francesco here. Welcome to August Favourites, a seriously belated feature here on the channel. It's been like, I actually filmed August Favourites on like the 1st of September, but sadly the microphone was playing up for some reason, so that's why it's been delayed, and I just sort of grabbed a few moments now to re-record it, and hopefully the mic won't screw up this time. So in this series every month what we do is sort of round up a few of the discoveries that I've found over the months, some of the stuff that has been intriguing me in the productivity app space, but also in some other areas, software, life, and lots of different things. So the first big update is sort of the new rebrand. So you may have seen on the YouTube channel on the banner, there is a new banner with Keep Productive. Now I am officially announcing that we will be blending this channel into a channel called Keep Productive, which will be hosted by me and also brought together by other productivity experts. Now, nothing really will change dramatically. The content will still stay the same. I will just be putting stuff under this sort of brand name and hopefully adding value to each video. So you'll start to see more PDFs, more content that will come alongside the videos. Also, the e-newsletter will be revamped as well. And I've sort of spent a lot of time thinking about this in the back of my head and executing over the last couple of weeks on what this brand should be. So now we will be posting under Keep Productive, but the name will still be the same. We'll slowly roll this out, so it'll make more sense to you in a couple of weeks' time. So that's a really big announcement. The channel has been going for like 3 years-ish now, so having something like that come in is a bit of a change, but it's an exciting new step for the channel. I think that with all of the content that's coming out, we're going to slowly progress it and keep it moving forward so that you guys can enjoy it. Okay, so the first category that we're going to talk about is apps. I'm going to mention a few apps that I want to talk about this month, specifically apps that have been trending or ones that have been on my mind that could really affect you in your space. So the first one is drafts. I feel in the last couple of months that there's been a gap in my productivity, in the sense that when I'm capturing stuff, I want to be able to capture it with speed. And Drafts is something that I have been looking at for quite a while. Now, Drafts is an iOS application that is designed to help you clip stuff and then automate a process to send it on to a separate service, like could be Todoist or Evernote, etc. But I need something like this because I need a centralized app to bring together any clippings or notes I have across my day. I tend to have a lot of them, and I tend to just store them in Todoist inbox and also Evernote inbox, but I really would just want one app to do those jobs. So I'm going to be exploring that this month and probably doing a separate review on it. So stay tuned for that one. Now, the next app I wanted to mention is called Minimalist for iOS. I came across this on Product Hunt, and the reason I want to mention this is because there's this really big trend at the moment to head towards smaller, declutter-free to-do list applications, and I see a lot of people moving towards it. So it's an app that is really basic on iOS. I think it's a paid app, but the experience itself is dead simple, and I can understand why people are moving to this less complicated experience. I've seen a lot of people in the community, you guys out there, who have said, I've got like a really big to-do list app like To-Do or OmniFocus or Things 3 or Todoist that is helping me with my work and personal stuff. But I sometimes need a to-do list that's separate, that is much more relaxed and not invasive. So many people use like Google Keep, Apple Notes, reminders, things like that to bring together all of their notes and all of their to-dos, but this is something that could blend that gap between the two. So that is my sort of understanding of the space at the moment. Let me know in the comments what you think, whether you have one big project management or to-do list app and then a smaller one. I don't personally, but I just want to wonder whether it's something that all of you guys are progressing with. I've heard stories of it from you guys in the comments, and I just want to hear more about it if you have any more detail. So the next mention is ZenKit. I did a revised review on ZenKit, I think last week. So that is up now. It's just an overview of the service. It's actually developed a lot since I last checked it out. But that's seriously a competitor to Trello now, and something they're continually driving forward. And then finally on the app side, there's another app that I want to be checking out called Merge. Again, I mentioned this on social media, but Merge is a to-do list app for couples so that you can use it in the house to organize organize all of your activities, chores and things like that. But I sort of like this concept that there are to-do-list apps out there for specific needs and can be personalized for each section. So that is a theme that I'm going to bring forward into September. We are in September. But continue it on across the month to sort of give you an insight into what I think is going to be changing in the space. So the next section is podcasts. Now, I haven't actually added a podcast section into the favorite segments every month, mainly because like podcasts is something that I do enjoy listening to, but I listen to such a varied amount of them, like such a different range of them, like business and then like health and things like that, that I didn't think it would be valuable. So what I thought I'd do is bring together a few of my discoveries this month and give you an idea into some of the podcasts that I get listening to, mainly on the way to work. So I work from home most days, but what I do is when I'm on the way to the coffee shops in the city, I will like have 15 minutes walking time. And that's like great for like starting a podcast or even finishing a podcast or even something like a Blinkist read. So the ones I'd like to recommend are Love Your Work by David Kadavy. This one was quite interesting. It's really more for creatives, I'd say, but it gives some brilliant advice about work. The concepts that David goes over in his reoccurring themes are more about like how you can learn to implement good work strategies and routines to then be a bit more effective in your work, but also outside to keep that balance. Because what he's trying to get at is work is a third of your life, and he brings in some fantastic guests that help you to uncover that. Work is a third of your life, sleep is a third of your life, and doing whatever you want is a third of your life. So making sure that you're using that whole third is important. So David's really good. I think he's got good advice for students, good advice for professionals, but also good advice for those looking to really challenge what they believe is work anyway. So this one's quite an exciting one that I'm enjoying this month. The next one is something that I discovered about 2 months ago, Masters of Scale by Reid Hoffman. I mean, wow, what a podcast. What it does really well is it like puts together Reid's brilliant interview style. Like he's obviously, if you don't know, Reid Hoffman is the LinkedIn CEO, well, ex-CEO, but he created LinkedIn, sold it to Microsoft, big money, but brilliant mind. He interviews fantastically. So what he does is it's put together with another CEO or another founder, and he interviews them. But it's almost like listening to a TV show, like a business TV show, startup TV show, but in your ears, because what it does is it uses sound, it uses audio, it uses really cool transitions and things like that. So it brings together this really nice story. So that's a really good one. Masters of Scale, again, something I'll include in the description below. So the next one, Accidental Creative, that's by Todd Henry. Again, I will add all these in the description below. That's a really good one. Even if you're not a creative, it's helping me to try and think outside of my patterns. But what I sort of like about it is when you're listening to it and he gives creative advice for those looking to go in the creative industry and also build yourself in the creative industry, you can apply it to anything. So for example, I am applying some of the creative concepts that he's mentioning, like being able to break out, mind mapping, you know, processing your thoughts, things like that. I'm actually applying it to things I'm doing creatively with the YouTube channel. That actually helped the other day when I was filming the Raspberry Honey Baron Fig review. That actually really helped. So Todd Henry's Accidental Creative, I'll include that in the description. That was a really good one for going a bit analytical on your process. So in terms of a few other exciting things, I have a few additions to the desk. I have a new Seagul attacking a Pasty. That one is on the desk now and looks great. That one was bought for Becca, from Becca to me, which is really nice. It's a nice addition to the desk. And actually it just makes the whole desk look a little less scary, because the standing desk is quite like aggressive when you pull it up. You may have seen the standing desk review. It's quite big, it's quite loud, so having that really does bring the tone down. It's quite relaxing. The other thing I wanted to mention is an album I've been listening to recently. It's called Nomad, Instrumentals by Zach Hemsey. Now I first actually found this when I was looking I've been doing about a month and a half, 2 months worth of movement training from a guy called Ido Portal. Now, I will probably reveal more details as I'm progressing with it and probably show you a few of the workouts that I've been doing. But the movement training in some of the videos is accompanied by this soundtrack on YouTube. And actually found the soundtrack on Spotify, which I'll include in the description. But it's really relaxing, but really like tribal sort of music, not too aggressively tribal. You'll listen to it and you'll be like, oh, okay, I understand what he means in that context. But it's actually really nice. It's really like relaxing, but also motivational, and it's probably a good soundtrack if you're wanting to get some work done and you've got like a 50-minute slot. That's probably the sort of songs you want to start listening to. The only other thing is I'll probably be documenting more of my notebook experience in the future. I feel like I've done a alright job at this, but I feel like I need to go deeper with my notebook analysis and showing you guys how to use it. I've recently got a new notebook from Baron Fig, the Raspberry Honey. I'll be doing a separate review on this one. I've been using the Confidant for like 2 or 3 years now as my journal, and I've obviously been journaling, but this is going to be my like HQ book. And what I mean by that is like the book that I go to for strategy and planning and processing. Because at the moment I only use A3, and obviously what I do is at the end of every month is keep reiterating what I'm working on, the projects I'm working on, and break it down into week and months. It's very well, I wouldn't say it's too intricate. It's intricate in my sense. It feels intricate process. It's an A3, but what I'll be doing is sort of transitioning a lot of that to this book. Mainly because I want to sort of have 2 books, one for like daily active and one for like big thinking, so I can go down on it. Okay, so moving on to sort of other final remarks. I will be doing an ebook very soon. It's going to be a PDF that brings together some advice. Actually, it's more of a guide on finding the perfect to-do list app. I've been talking about to-do list apps for a long time now, and a lot of people have been saying that you do a great job of explaining what to find one, but there needs to be a guide. And I'm going to be creating a guide under the Keep Productive branding. So you guys will be getting that at the end of the month. It's very exciting because it's going to be free. You guys can download it and enjoy it. And I'll be doing a launch video on that very soon. So I'm really excited because it will help to break down a lot of the stigma around to-do list app and also help you work out what your perfect one is using matrix and not graphs, like tables and stuff like that to help you break down what's perfect for you in your sort of context. And finally, I will be launching a Go Skills course very soon. I'm still finalizing it. It's going to be called Productivity Training, and it's going to be a way for you to start off if you're a beginner in the sort of productivity apps, and sort of give you basic training around it. There will be another one as well which will be about Todoist, so there's going to be 2 exciting new Go Skills courses that you can jump on board very soon. Okay guys, that's everything. Final note, I've been doing a few things with Evernote recently, so that's going to be in the description. I've been doing some videos for their pro tip series, and also I put out a new video the other day about how Nora uses Evernote, which was a good one. I've actually got like a Superman style thing going on here, like an Evernote badge. So that's tucked underneath there, sort of like a promo ad right there like that. But yes, I will be doing more Evernote stuff in the future with you guys, sort of going a bit deeper into how I use Evernote, how other people use Evernote. So I'm really looking forward to that. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed August favourites. I hope it goes a little deeper. I'm going to be improving it each time, so I'm going to be making sure I iron out any things that you guys enjoy. Make sure I include things that you enjoy and make sure I don't include things that are less enjoyable. So make sure in the comments if you've got any feedback, let me know if you want me to go deeper on a certain area or start a new area, just let me know in the comments. And the final thing is make sure to add me on Instagram. I've been sharing a few more stories recently, so feel free to add me there, and it will give you a bit of insight into sort of daily routine and things like that. Anyway guys, make sure to have a great day, keep productive, and I'll see you guys very soon. Cheers!